Welcome to BitBoy Crypto. My name is Ben. Tonight, we're going to be taking a look at a very special video where I believe that Bitcoin is going to reverse diminishing returns, and we're going to see the full-blown Bitcoin super cycle. I'm going to tell you when to expect it. I'm going to show you the evidence of it, and I think it's almost a foregone conclusion without some type of terrible black swan event occurring. So the DXY, the dollar currency average or index, what this is the amount of power US dollar has against world currencies. During the last bull run, during the last cycle, we saw it go all the way down to 89 and go as high as 114. It can go above 100. When it's at 100, that basically means that it's even keel with the other currencies of the world. But you'll notice Bitcoin usually moves opposite of the DXY. Here we have this time period from October 2019 to January 2021, where you saw the DXY drop 9.77%, and then you saw Bitcoin actually go up during that same time, 409%. Now, you're getting the thick of the bull run there, right? The thick of the bull run is right there. That's going to have a lot to do with it. We need to look at the next one from Tuesday, May 25th, 2021 to September 28, 2022, we see the same thing here. What we see is the price of Bitcoin. Now, the bars are going to be different, remember, because these have DXY has weekends off. Bitcoin doesn't. But you can see this improves 28%, the DXY does, to, not the all-time high, but like a 10 or 20-year high, whatever it was at 114. And you see Bitcoin drop. Bitcoin drops about 43%, less than twice. So it's held up pretty good during the bear market. Now, we move here to the last move, and we look, and we see this. We see a 13% drop between September of 2022 and today. And then, of course, we see for Bitcoin during that same time, a 56% move. Notice, DXY red, Bitcoin green. It's blue. We're going to call it blue, but you know what I mean. DXY blue, Bitcoin red. Then we go Bitcoin red, DXY red, Bitcoin blue. It's almost always obvious except for one particular time. And we're going to look at that here in just a second. Don't forget, guys, check out the link down below. You can go to I am Crypto Wolfie on Twitter. This has to do with the Dubai coin. We are going to be hosting this big mega yacht party. You're going to want to be involved in it. You have to put at least 3 ETH in order to get to the party. Of course, we open it up for smaller people as well, so you can speculate on the price. This is going to be a coin that's going to have to do with events in Dubai, and obviously think about this as we move to a bull run. Those are only going to get bigger and more lavish, obviously, on this next cycle. So if you're interested in going to it, and also if you're interested in pitching me anything, I don't really take pitches. I hate pitches because people do them in opportune times. I'm telling you that if you go on this yacht, you're going to get time to pitch me something if you want. So you're going to get at least probably 10 minutes with me. You can tell me your idea, if you want me involved in something, what your project is. Should I invest in it? Do you have a startup? Whatever it is. Do you want to be a YouTuber? And I can give you the tips on that. If you're interested in that, that is something I'm going to do for the people on the yacht. I want to make sure they're getting a lot of value out of being there. There's going to be great networking there. Also, guys, speaking of networking, if you want to either grow or shrink your network or your net worth, make sure to head on over to Stake. You guys can go to bitboycrypto.com/stake. This is our #1 sponsor. We absolutely love Stake. I don't know which corner it's in anymore. But the point is that if you are in the U.S., you can sign up with Stake here for U.S. customers on the right side here. If you are international, bitboycrypto.com/stake. Thank you to our partners. Now let's look at the one time that this was different. We got in early 2020 from February to March, you have DXY in the red, and you have Bitcoin in the dramatic red, which is very interesting, right? We haven't seen that before. Ignore this for now. But then we look here at this time frame, which this actually got deleted here. So let me redo this here. So from the bottom here, from March 9th to the top, which was I probably say this was at the top. Thursday, March 20th, and let's go down and let's measure here as well. And you can see those same dates here from March 9th. Now, we're not going to do the whole thing. This is to the bottom. You see the bottom here was 48% loss. Guys, this was the pandemic. This was the March crash from the pandemic. So that's why you're seeing something we haven't seen, which is as it's crashing, it catches itself. And then Bitcoin actually goes up on that same time frame. So after it bottomed, it then goes up 41%. So if you could have got in, man, if you could have got in down here like I did, I bought some Bitcoin and Ethereum and Litecoin at this point, you got a big run up in a short period of time, which would have been right there. But what was different about that was this is when they announced the stimulus, which is what? Quantitative easing. You print more money to give to people, to make people happy, to make the economy work well, even when things are not going well. So this was approved, as you guys can see, on March 26th. Now, when you go back and you look at this chart, during this time frame, both the DXY and Bitcoin were relatively stable. But if you zoom out and you look a little bit further out here, and you look at what happened from that crash date, okay? This is the DXY. From that crash date, you basically get, downward action, and then you get up action. Let's measure the down action first, and then we'll get in. This box over here is very important because this is here, and TradingView is kind of frustrating. I can't do a brush on top of this, which I wish I could do. It's so lame. Maybe somebody can tell me how to do it. I haven't figured it out. But this is all sideways action for Bitcoin. As this price is going up dramatically towards the end of the year or in 2022, you can see Bitcoin starts going down and gets crushed and then rebounds, which is good. But what I really want to show you here is I want to show you during this time frame from the top of the DXY to the bottom, which I think that's the bottom, 89. Yeah, that's the bottom right there. You can see as it's bottoming, Bitcoin is crushing it with 1,132% gains. Overall, meeting, as you can see here, for the entire, the entire thing was about 1,137 to 1,141% gains, actually what I think it is. It says 1,132, as close as I could get. But you look here, and it also went a little above that. But to this point, this was the most parabolic move. This was until January when things were moving organically until Elon Musk started tweeting about Tesla, and that's when we got this big run up. But you can see over the overall, this goes up, Bitcoin goes up. But in the time frames, this goes down, Bitcoin goes up. Then this really is probably about the beginning of the next big move up. As this moves up, Bitcoin starts moving, then it just stalls out and goes sideways. This had a lot to do. This move right here had a lot to do with the end of the Bitcoin bull run. You may be asking yourself the question, why did all this happen? Why did all this happen? Well, we come back here and we look at the quantitative easing that was brought back. And when you zoom out here a little bit more, what you notice is that, and we'll zoom out a little bit more, move that over here. That's close enough. Okay, so that was not close enough. I lied. There, that's close enough. Okay, so when we look here, just remember these time periods during this time, we're starting to hit some inflation immediately off the rip due to the money printer, okay? In addition to that, Bitcoin's just straight sideways during this time. It's just sideways. But then what happens? The money starts getting shipped right here, somewhere in this range where the money starts getting shipped. And then not only that, we'll look at some of this in a minute, the halving and stuff occurs. Guys, quantitative easing is going to come back. Not only is it going to come back, it's going to come with it rate reversals, which are going to be just as big of a catalyst for money flowing into crypto as you're going to see with the when the QE starts getting turned on again, okay? So we know this is going to happen. They've already been doing it stealthily. So now we are looking at the last market. This is actually the 2 markets ago. We had a 2,100% gain from the bottom of that market to the top. Right now it's showing 20.58, but it's actually 21.32 is actually what it was. I don't know why it's measuring like that. But the point is it's above 2,000%, okay? Now, if we were to measure this market from the bottom and we were to say it were to get 21.32, where would that put us at? $355,000 for Bitcoin. Now, you have to keep in mind something called diminished returns, which diminished returns has been huge in the Bitcoin cycles. Every time we've gotten a less percentage of return. This one was this market here, the 2018 to 2021 market, or 2019 bull market compared to the one before it. As you can see, it was 12,516% from in 2015 to 2017. What you're going to see is this was 5.85 times more than the next cycle. There's diminishing returns. Now, if we were to get that same diminished rate, that put Bitcoin only at $76,000. $76,000, 372% returns from the bottom, which is good. New all-time high, but barely. Let me show you guys what is different about this market here. Remember how we were talking about the quantitative easing? Okay. Now remember, that quantitative easing came through in the bear market. Guys, it's going to come sometime in between 2024 and the end of 2025. Now, where do we put important dates? Okay. So right here, okay, I'm going to put it towards the end of March right here. You're going to have the Bitcoin halving, okay? Let's see here. Let me go back to text. This is going to be the Bitcoin halving, okay? Bitcoin halving is going to go here, okay? And we know other dates that we're estimating. We know that in the middle of November, which would be about the end of this box here, you're going to get at the end of November, draw another straight line. You guys are seeing this in real time. You are going to get new Bitcoin all-time high. Now, it could come before that, honestly. It could. However, traditionally, it comes around the same time. So if we get something like what I think we're going to see, we could potentially see a all-time high for Bitcoin go higher than that. But ultimately, I don't think that we're good. I kind of think this is where we'll see the all-time high, because something pivotal is going to happen around both of these times that is going to make this market explode, okay? Now, what am I talking about here, okay? Let me move these down a little bit because I need to move up as well. You guys are seeing this in real time. This is absolutely phenomenal. Wow. Yeah, I do know how to use TradingView somewhat. Not the best, though. Okay. So, and then let me see. Can I extend this box? Yes, I can. I want to do that. Okay. So, around the beginning of the year, January in my estimation, okay, January of 2024, okay, we are going to see the reversal of interest rates. That's what we're going to see. This is going to be something that is going to send the price probably moving upwards a good bit. But this is going to be something that's going to be a huge catalyst to this markets. And if we do see this, and we see this Bitcoin all-time high move up, I could see it moving up maybe to October, November. Like I could see like the beginning of November. In this case, we actually hit the all-time high, okay? But what else do we have? We have something much bigger coming in the middle of December that I think is going to be the big catalyst. Now, I like to stick with my original dates. I think middle of December, we're going to see an all-time high. But this is definitely a strong possibility. And if we're seeing this means that we are going to see ultimately a much higher price for Bitcoin. And this is going to be the return of quantitative easing. This return of quantitative easing is going to be so big. If Bitcoin is all-time high before that, this is going to shoot it parabolic. So this is kind of how I see this market playing out. I think what we're going to see is we are going to see Bitcoin, kind of range a little bit, probably moving to the upside. Around October, start moving up a little bit. Okay, I think we get this. We could get Bitcoin halving. Then we're going to get a drawdown. Okay, drawdown till probably about the end of the summer. And then we're going to get the real action, hit an all-time high right here. And then we're going to keep going up. And then right here is where you get that crazy parabolic move. I think that what we're looking at is Bitcoin somewhere in between. This is my range. I mean, 76,000 in plays we looked at. I don't believe we're going to see that. See the reversal of diminished returns. I think we're going to see the price of Bitcoin go somewhere between $105K and $200,000. I think $200K is definitely in play for this market. This would put Bitcoin at, let's see what return that would put Bitcoin at from the bottom. We're looking at about a 1,200% return. In between, this is right in between the last two, 2,100%. And then, of course, we had 371 is what it could be. That's the expected. 2,100% is the last market. So for me, I think somewhere in the middle around 1,200% is good. And I think this is how we could see this market play out. So if that sounds good to you, make sure to hit that like button. If you like when we do these in-depth videos where we look at the past cycles or the things that did us the best. This is why the BitSquad and our community made the most money in the last bull cycle. We made more millionaires than anybody in history. I guarantee you that. And we're going to do it again. Stay tuned. That's all I got. Be blessed. BitBoy out.